Hi guys, this is Dr. R.R.T., associated with Kamaraj College of Engineering Technology as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology. In this video, we are going to look into a tool named Kleopatra. This is a graphical interface to GNU-PG, and it is a tool to encrypt and authenticate text and files using OpenPGP standard. OpenPGP is an email encryption standard which is to provide standards for encryption and signing of data. Let us move into the demo. Into the demo of Kleopatra tool. So to have this Kleopatra tool, we are going to download the Kleopatra from the website called gpg4win.org. Where you have the download button. On clicking this download button, you can download the Kleopatra tool having $0. I have already downloaded the exe and I have it here as gpg4win with version 4.1.0. On clicking this exe, we can install the Kleopatra tool. After installing, this is the environment which we get for the Kleopatra. So as we said, this Kleopatra tool is to perform the encryption and decryption process of any data. In addition, having this Kleopatra tool, we can generate the certificates. So this is the environment where we have two buttons by default. One is the new key pair, the other one is import. And having the new key pair, this is to generate the key pair. We do want a private key and public key in order to perform any sort of operations in terms of encryption as well as in terms of authentication. So to have that, this new key pair will help a lot to generate the key pair, and whatever key pair that we generate, all those things will come under the OpenPGP standard. And one other thing that we have here is the import. So we may have the certificate somewhere else in our local machine. So to make use of that certificate, we can have this import button. And in this environment, we have a toolbar where we have icons or tools for performing encryption, to perform decryption, and also to perform the certificates. And beyond that, we have the menus called file, where we have the same set of operations like encryption as well as finding the checksum. And then we have a view where we can see the notepad and the certificates. And also we have a menu called certificates, where we can revoke the certificate and we can delete any of the certificate. We can change the validity periods. All such operations can be done having this certificate menu. So this is what the main part of this Kleopatra tool. And we are going to see the demo in three different ways. One, we are going to import a file from the external source and we are going to perform the encryption as well as the decryption process. The second way, we are going to make use of the tool that is present already in the Kleopatra, which is called as a notepad. Having this notepad itself, we are going to perform the encryption and decryption process. And the third way is we are going to make use of clipboard option, which is present in the Kleopatra, to perform the encryption and decryption. So let us go with the first option, having with the external source to do the encryption and decryption process. Let us go with the first option, having with the external source to do the encryption and decryption process. So to have that, let me open a notepad and let me have some document there, like welcome to Cleopatra. Right. So let me save this document. So I could save here in my desktop as demo 1. So this is the file that I want to encrypt. So now what I'm going to do is, let me first generate the key pair. So I'm clicking here new key pair, where I can mention the name and the email ID. Email ID is optional. Let me give as of now. And once I give OK, Now the open PGP certificate has been generated successfully. So this is what the fingerprint of the new certificate. So all these details will be displayed here, having the name, the email ID, the user ID, and this tells about the validity period. So how long the certificate is valid, and this is nothing but the key ID. So now we could do a lot of operations here. Having with this certificate itself, I can revoke the certificate, I can delete the certificate, and also I could change the validity period of this certificate. So all these things can be done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform the encryption process. So I'm clicking this sign or encrypt. Now I have the document to be encrypted in my desktop. So I'm choosing the desktop where I could get my document that has to be encrypted. So let me choose this demo 1. So now it's ready for performing the encryption. So once it has been finalized, now I could click this sign or encrypt button. So on clicking this sign or encrypt, now the signed encrypted document is ready. So let me check. Let me go to the desktop, and I could see here my original document, which is demo 1, and along with this see one another file which is an encrypted format. So this is the newly generated file, and of course this is an encrypted document. So here I do have here the details of the encrypted document, telling that the file has been generated from so and so source, and it has been created on 10th May, and the certificate that is used for encryption is the mentioned one. So having all these things, now let us go for a decryption process. So before I go for the decryption process, let me rename this, because the decrypted file will be stored in the same name. So let me have the rename of this. So let me have here is underscore original, and now let me come back to Kleopatra. Now I'm going to perform the decryption process, and I'm going to have here the encrypted file which I have already created in a previous step, and on clicking this, the file has been decrypted, and we have here the decrypted file. You could see the same content which I have given in the original document has been displayed. So this is the first way through which we can perform the encryption and decryption process having with the Kleopatra tool. Now let us move into the second way. So the second way is having with the notepad, which is already present in the Kleopatra tool. So here I'm going to type the same thing. Welcome to Open PGP. So once I have given my content, I could click here sign or encrypt. So once I'm giving sign or encrypt, the content that has been given in the notepad has been encrypted, and after encrypting you could see here the message which is of the encrypted form. So now you could copy this message, and you could send to any of the recipient to whom you want to send it. Now I'm going to take the same document and perform the decryption process. So just click decrypt, and once you click decrypt, we could see the original content has been displayed here. So this is the second way through which we can perform the encryption and the decryption process with the Kleopatra tool. Move into the third way of encryption and decryption process in Kleopatra. So the third way goes with the clipboard option. So to do this, I do want a message. So let me copy the same message, welcome to Open PGP, and let me open a notepad in my machine. So I have here the message called welcome to OpenPGP. I have copied this. Now on clicking the small up arrow in the taskbar of my desktop, I could see the Kleopatra icon here. Right clicking this Kleopatra icon, I could view an option called clipboard, where we can find an option called encrypt. So on clicking this encrypt button, we are supposed to add the recipient. This tells about the certificate details. So on clicking this add recipient, we could see the certificate is available, and clicking OK. So we'll be getting the recipient here. Now we can choose next. Once we finish the task, the content that has been copied to the clipboard is encrypted. Now to see the encrypted document, let me open a new notepad and paste whatever things that has been done in the previous day. So this is the encrypted message that has been generated through the clipboard option. Now let me copy the same thing. Now I have copied the same encrypted message. Now I am clicking the small up arrow that's present in the taskbar, and right clicking the Kleopatra button or icon, choosing the clipboard, and then clicking the decrypt or verify. So once we do this, the copied content of an encrypted message has been decrypted. So after finishing this, let me open a new notepad, and I am giving a paste. On pasting it, we could see that original message has been retrieved. So these are the three different ways through which we can perform the encryption process as well as the decryption process having with the Kleopatra tool. Hope you have understood the new tool called Kleopatra through which we can perform the encryption and decryption having with OpenPGP. Thank you for watching.